Hey guys, Chris here with Project Nerf, and today I'm going to show you how to make absolvers for your Titan. So I've got a whole table full of little supplies here. We're going to go over it and get started. Let's do it. Okay, so as you can see here, I've got my Titan and I got a couple of PVC couplers, and this is the important one right here. This is a 3/4 PVC to 3/4 threaded PVC. So what we're going to do is ultimately this is going to go on the orange cap here on the Titan itself. Now, it's a little bit too small, so what we have to do is sand these threads down to fit this on. But then pretty much anything that we attach this 3/4 thread to will simply screw right in. So I'm going to go ahead and Dremel this down and get this fitted up, and then we'll get back to making some absolvers. Okay, so as you can see, I've Dremeled down these threads, and the smooth side, this is for 3/4 PVC, now fits on there nice and flush. You can see that's really good. And then, like I said, anything that we want with this 3/4 inch thread, we'll just thread right in there. So the first one that we're going to do is going to be the original Titan barrel. So I'm going to connect this permanently to the Titan with the PVC cement. Now this is for CPVC, PVC, and ABS. This is pretty cheap. It's like $8. And you can do about 1,000 of these with it. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue on that. And then what we're going to do here is I have this 1/2 inch end. So that will fit a 1/2 inch PVC pipe. And it fits in here quite well. So we're going to go ahead and just hot glue that up in there. And then we'll be able to thread the original Titan barrel back on and still shoot Titan rockets. So anyway, guys, let me do that, and then we'll get to making some other absolvers I think you guys are going to enjoy. All right, so that's solvent welded on our threads, and it looks nice and square. It's flush. And then we glued the end into the original post, so we can now, if you get the threads lined up right, there we go, thread it in. And then we can take our Titan rocket, we'll give this a few pumps, and but yeah, so that works great. The great thing about these threaded adapters is you can just unscrew it and change it to a different one. So what else are we going to do? Well, let's take a look at some of the other fittings that I've got here. Oh, just a quick note, it's not a bad idea to take a little grease and lubricate up these threads. It'll help your new absolvers thread in and out a little easier. There we go. That should help. Okay. Let's get that out of the way and take a look else at what we've got. Okay, I've got this this coupler right here, which is the same 3/4 thread, but it is 1 inch, which almost perfectly fits a sledge fire shell. So what we're gonna have to do is take our little flush cutters and cut off these ridges on the side. Just a little bit, nothing too serious. May have to do a hair of dremeling too, but it fits it pretty closely. Alright, that should be far enough. Let's see here. Yeah, see? That fits right in there, so push that down. We'll fill the sides here with hot glue to hold that square, and then we've got a sledge fire absolver that'll shoot 3. So super cool there. All right, now that the glue's dried on that, let's see if it works. That's probably plenty. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it works just fine. Moving on to another. Okay, probably the easiest absolver in the world to make is the 3/4 thread to 1/2 inch PVC. I'll cut a length of this about 9 or 10 inches. I don't know. I didn't measure it. But it fits this skinny pool noodle. And it wouldn't hurt to sand this down a little bit with a really fine, like 2000 grit sandpaper, because it's a very snug fit. But you could also leave it inside this for a little while, and it'll this will expand to match it. So anyway, we're gonna make a rocket. So let's start with the ingredients here. Okay, this is 2mm craft foam. You could use 3 that we're gonna make fins out of. The head was actually a stress ball. There we go. I haven't have a green one, just a regular stress ball that I cut in half right on the seam, and it kind of matches my fin color. That's the great thing about craft foam, is you can get it any color you want. So we can have some fun with this. This is 10mm floor mat foam, and you can see this is cut very, very roughly, and the reason for that is you can take your Dremel on a very fine sanding wheel and just lightly go around it and get a nice rounded shape that fits quite nicely. And then this is a piece of 3/4 inch dowel rod. So we're going to start with that dowel rod, our hot glue gun. We're going to cake up the inside of this thing. Take the end of the, and just stick it in there till it's flush. Okay, and the reason that we're doing that, there's a couple of reasons. One is a little rigidity, and 2 is a little weight at the end of the rockets. The problem that people have with homemade Titan rockets is that they're too light and they go whew. So taking that little short piece of 3/4 dowel kind of eliminates that. Now you do not have to do this with hot glue. Now we're going to go take our cap. But hot glue works well. Alright, so we've coated up our little cap. We're going to glue it on over top of the dowel. Like such. Another big coat on the top to put our head on. And these pool noodle type rockets have been around for quite a while. This is the smaller size pool noodle. And I use it because it fits a 1/2 inch PVC tube pretty well. Oh, we'll take and glue our little stress ball head on there. And again, we can take the Dremel and clean up any of these edges. But, okay, and then fins, guys. Alright, so if we use our square, we're going to just put it on here and connect the dots. I like to go over about 1/4 inch at the top of each fin. So instead of the fin being straight up and down like this, it's got a little bit of a helix to it, which creates a little spin. So, and for the sake of this conversation, guys, I'm really just eye-shotting here. Once you've got that, take your straight edge and mark your lines here. Alright, so you can see we've got our lines, and they've got just a little bit of a cant to them. going to do is very carefully take our razor and just barely, and this is a slidable, leave just enough out to cut a little groove along that line. It doesn't have to be deep. You don't want to go deep. That's just so we can get the foam to open up a little bit to insert our fins and get those glued in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then we'll give it a test fire. Alright, so here we go. Obviously this particular absolver, again, is the easiest thing in the world. You get the 3/4 thread to 1/2 inch PVC, cut your PVC and just solvent weld it in there. And the solvent weld, guys, only takes about 30 seconds to set up. It's as hard as a brick. And I've just got a regular rocket here to show you that, you know, they're comparable in size and things like that. And well, I think the smiley rocket's cute. Pay no attention to the white foam here. It's just where I kind of sanded everything back. I'll take and paint this pink back on it later. But hey, let's give it a try. And we'll take our barrel attachment and thread that in. Smiley rocket went on just fine. There should be plenty, and away it goes. So, yeah. Very pleased with that, and that is just hilarious, by the way. You have not been embarrassed at a Nerf battle until you've been hit by a smiley rocket. It's just awesome. Alright, moving on. Alright, so we're going to do 2 more. And these ones do require a little bit more work. Alright, so I've got this 1.5 inch threaded cap, and the cylinder from a Quadrant, the little 4-bagger, so we're going to make a little 4-shot absolver. And the reason I got the threaded one is this thing almost fits perfectly, just a little bit of sanding. But what we're going to have to do is sand this flat and connect the thread to it like this, and then drill a hole. And then this one is an old Spectre cylinder. This is a 2-inch cap, and this one's flat, so it's a little easier to work with as far as mounting. And you can see that fits really closely. So we're just going to take a little bit off of this until this will drop in there a ways. Anyway, and that's really all there is to it. When you're making these type of absolvers, find a PVC thing that roughly fits what you want to make, and then go from there. So anyway, I'm going to get these glued and drilled and put together, and then we'll give them a test. Alright, so we finished the Quadrant absolver. Here we go. Let's see if it works. It fired them all but one there. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Let's try it one more time. Yep, it works. Alright, our Spectre absolver fires all 5. Works quite well. We got one more, guys, that we're going to do, and it's a pretty simple one. Alright, guys, and the last one, and we couldn't forget it, is this small one, for demolisher rockets. It'll also fire a single, particularly if you got one that fits pretty tightly. This one was really just that simple. I took the adapter for the 1/2 inch PVC, and then I took my post and glued it in there. And well, let's give it a test and see if it'll go. I don't think we have to go crazy for a demolisher rocket here. Anyway, here it is. Oh yeah, it definitely shoots the demolisher rocket in. For the sake of, again, you can single load. So here we go. So yeah, very pleased with that. All right, guys. So there you have it. We've modified the front of our Titan to accept 3/4 threaded adapters. So once you do that, the absolvers come pretty easy. So we have absolvers to fit the original Titan rocket, our Smiley homemades, demolishers, and singles. If you really want to do that, please guys, don't fire singles out of a Titan. 5-shot Spectre, 4-shot Quadrant, and then 3-shot Sledge Fire shells. So lots and lots of different absolvers, and these are pretty easy. Mega would be just a matter of getting a barrel and fitting it to one of these adapters. Rival fits Mega. So those ones are pretty easy. The oddball ammos are a little bit different. If you're going to do like Vortex or something like that, you're going to have to heat plastic and crush it down to fit the disc and things like that. But all in all, this is just a quickie video to show you guys how to make these type of absolvers for your compressed air blasters, particularly in this case, the Titan. Yeah, guys, there you have it. Lots of different absolvers for lots of different ammo types and different shotgun blasts for our Titan. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click that like button. If you haven't done it already, definitely click the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications so that you can always be advised of our future content coming up. And you can always contact us at our email in the description below. Fan mail is in the description below. And remember to check us out on Facebook and the shop on Etsy. Guys, till next time, this is Chris for Project Nerf saying have a blast.